Hello, everyone. I hope I've given you enough time since yesterday to chew on the information about stomach acid that I gave you. And in today's notes, I gave you a list of possible causes for low stomach acid and also some home remedies that you could try. Today, we're going to talk about the implications on your greater health due to possible low stomach acid. So the first thing that I want to talk about is your body's, and particularly your stomach's, ability to break down and absorb minerals like calcium. All right, so think about this in your mind's eye. If you were just to have, say, a big old piece of mineral in your hand, what would you have to use in order to break it up? You'd need a hammer, a jackhammer or something. This is hard work to get minerals to dissolve, right? That's why you need a lot of stomach acid in your stomach in order to dissolve your minerals, right? It's hard work. So let's think about the implications of not being able to absorb your calcium. These are just a few little things. Obviously, your bones need to have calcium to stay healthy. Your heart needs to have calcium and other minerals in order for the electric part of the heart to work and for the muscles of the heart to work properly. Lack of minerals can also cause things like anxiety and insomnia. Almost every really strong Chinese herb formula for either anxiety or insomnia will have some minerals in it because minerals are literally grounding. To help you, not float off into anxiety land, but stay grounded, stay peaceful, stay asleep, right? For those of you who are possibly taking a low quality calcium, there is not enough stomach acid in the world to break those apart. So if you're taking something from either the drugstore or the grocery store or the big box stores, really reconsider that. All that calcium carbonate, it's basically this, and there's just no way to break it down, okay? If you continue to take it and you can't break it down, it ends up staying in your body and turning into things like kidney stones, and those are a really bad deal, let me tell you. The other thing that stomach acid is essential for is to break down proteins. So here's something interesting. People who start to lose their taste for or craving for meat when it has been in their diet all along likely have low stomach acid because their body now knows, hey, I can't break that down, so just don't even bring it in, and people lose their taste for it. So interesting, right? The other thing that stomach acid does is it kills pathogens. So think about the kind of person who always seems to be getting, food poisoning or the stomach flu or those kinds of things, right? Stomach acid will kill a lot of pathogens that should not be there in your food, and without enough of it, you can suffer. This whole thing about how they found that Heliobacter may be the cause of a lot of digestive issues is a little bit faulty because Heliobacter is supposed to be in our stomachs. It's just supposed to be in balance with some of the other things. So, merely just taking an antibiotic to wipe all that out doesn't usually solve the problem. You need stomach acid. Okay, and then think about the little, what's called the bolus of food that now gets pushed by the next meal out of the stomach and into the next station, which is the small intestine. Do you think the small intestine is happy to get this undigested, fermented, icky food? No. It sends out protection mechanisms, such as mucus, okay, to protect the body from this incoming invasion, right? Things haven't been reduced properly, right? There was nothing at the checkpoint to make sure that the food is properly processed. So that is why even modern medicine is now finding that inflammation starts in the gut. But those of us who love Chinese medicine have known this all along, right? So what kind of inflammatory responses are these? These are things like allergies, right? All the mucus that comes out of your nose for allergies, or the stuff that comes out of your eyes. This kind of inflammation can also end up in your joints, right? So for those of you who come to see me for any kind of arthritic pain, where do I always start? The diet, right? I'm so boring. Also, there's really cutting edge research to show the connection between inflammation in the gut from a poor diet and the inability to have really sharp cognition. And I have added some reading material to today's notes on that as well. It's really fascinating. But this is what Chinese medicine has said all along. If you're not just digesting your food, the spleen can't send the good qi into the brain and help you think. All right, and then we will go over this again, but further on down the tube, once that little ball of food ends up at the bottom of the digestion, that's where a lot of people end up with things like diarrhea, constipation, and if those things go on long enough, it becomes IBS. All right? So, stomach acid is very important. If you need any help with any of this, please, please drop me a line anytime. I would love to hear from all of you. Next stop, we will talk about the liver and the gallbladder. Have a good day. Bye.